And welcome to the MCOC show, Carina's favorite podcast. I'm your summoner here, Sterling.
And I'm Monique.
And this may be the first time you're listening to us. It probably is, since this is the first episode. You may have heard our voices before on other podcasts, gaming and then some. We've done for what was that? 7 years running? And we basically, I know me, definitely felt like, hey, the world kind of sucks right now. And
Indeed.
gaming journalism is really angry right now, and I wanted to step away from that because I didn't feel like raging about people all day. So I was like, why don't we just talk about the things we care about? And one of those things happens to be MCOC. It
Oh God.
is, I mean, you know why I named the show what it was, Monique.
Yes,
You
I
already
know.
know.
I know.
MCOC Marvel Contest of Champions. If you're listening, you already know what it is. So we can just get right into it. You know what I mean? Monique, how has your month been so far in the battle realm?
It's been slow going, honestly. I haven't really played too much because I've been working, so
Mhm.
I didn't really get to do like the EQ or anything. I did step into the rifts a couple
Mhm.
times last night. Fairly easy. Didn't really have too much of a problem with that.
Same.
I'm trying to grind out arena because I have like way too many 6-star champs and not enough gold to rank them all. So, you know, it's the grind right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Luckily, I'm good on gold. I'm just not good on materials. So I'm doing the side event right now because I believe the way it works is going to be 1 week shards, 1 week catalyst, 1 week shards, 1 week catalyst.
Mm,
So I'm hoping your boy can snag some tier 1 alphas and just rank up some more people. I've been ranking up a bunch of 6 stars, doing X7, but also just want to rank up some 5 stars and stuff. You know what I mean? Like just
yeah.
cause, like I still got Anti Venom and Spider-Man 2099 at rank 4, not rank 5 yet. Both of them I love so much, but it's that X7 thing. Like you just go take any champ in there as a 6 star and they just hit so hard you forget
Hmm.
that your 5 stars exist until you're like, oh yeah, like for 7.3 Kang, where you just need certain bars of power, 5 star Hyperion probably is the move since he just power gains. You know what I mean? Like, and I just forget he exists because he's like 10 rows down now on my roster maxed
Yeah,
out.
I haven't used Hyperion like because I have him as 5-star. I haven't used
Yeah,
him at least I want to say since early 2021. Like
yo,
it's been a long
I can
time.
tell you the last time you used Hyperion because it's about the time I started forgetting what my 5 star roster looked like. It's when we stopped doing incursions.
Ooh, you right.
Yeah, yeah, no. Like
You right.
it's when life got so busy we couldn't do incursions no more, and we were
Oh
just
my
like,
god, we used to do them religiously
"Oh."
too.
I be sitting there and like it ain't even like I don't even ask because like I want to do them, but it's like we both busy. Like you're
Yeah.
out there doing your thing. I'm out here doing nothing. You know what I mean? So like it's it's super busy, and I'm like nobody wants to just like unwind that way. Like sometimes you want to turn your brain completely off. You know what I
Completely
mean?
off. Yeah. And that's what I've needed for like the last 3 months is
Yeah.
like I can't even like even any kind of gaming has been so hard. So it's like
Mhm.
I just like veg out in front of my TV.
Yep. Just straight smooth brain it, yo.
Yep.
Like there be so many times where like I'll come in from doing stuff and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, this and that on Destiny today. After this, now I get home. It's like, nah, I'm just gonna watch Quita watch Stardew Valley streams while she crochets and shit. And then pass out sometime during that and actually spin the vibe.
Yep.
How has the side event been treating you? Are you are you pissed off like the rest of the vocal community that this is another recycled event made by Kabam and you want to give them a stern talking to?
Well, I'll say this. It's boring. Riffs
Yes.
to me are boring. We've had them so many times. It is, something that is recycled fairly often. So I get that it's not exciting,
Hmm.
but also it's giving me what I want. So like
Right.
I'm not really going to complain about that. Like I feel like in a game where things are updated monthly, There is only so much like grand change that you can look forward to for any given month. Like I don't expect them to come up with a brand new super fun side event every single month. That's
Right.
it's just it's not feasible for anybody.
I think I'm somewhere along that line too. I think they could, but I also think that all of that would have to wait until the input refractor system is in and working.
Absolutely.
So like they're probably, because like to me it would seem like, like I'm not, we're just gaming journalists that podcast and stuff. We're not like actual devs, but I would think that the people that could code and help with the input refractor are coding that way. Basically the game is running as much on autopilot as possible. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? It definitely feels better than like when the Perry issues first started happening, and
Bruh.
then in September they just gave us like those side events that were legit, just objectives. You know what I mean? Not even real side events. Like
Mhm.
this is something. You know what I mean? And plus, the thing is, I think we only get the riffs like once a year or so. So I want to say like that kind of feels fine to me because of new people coming in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is going to be a lot of people's first rift, and like I said, like once everything starts working better, I'm ready to see more change happen. You know what I mean? Like I
Right.
would love to see more stuff like with the root system and putting that back in, besides just having it on Craven. You know what I mean? But like I am completely okay with just basic things you got to
I
go
want to
do.
see those new masteries that we've been waiting for 4 years.
Yeah, those are going to come, one day. We're going to get them. It says coming soon. We going to get them, yo. I am positive of it. But yeah, if you can't tell, we are not salty MCOC people.
No.
We love the game. We make fun of people that play this game and don't like it because life is so finite. Why would you play something you don't like to play?
Religiously every fucking day for years. Like,
Right.
bro,
Like
let it go.
just go play something else. It just whatever it is, just go outside. I was about to say touch grass, but
Touch grass.
I did not mean it. I didn't mean it that way. Go outside and play a different mobile game. You know what I mean? Go read a book in the park. Just put the game down if you don't like it. Because why would you? You know what I mean? Like I don't get it. Like, and I think it's the thing that like we're more in tune with because of the other game we play being Destiny, which we
Yeah,
do a
that's true.
podcast about. We
Yep.
know like, yo, look, if the game is kind of like at a low right now, just tell the Xbox to go play something else. Don't go sit there just angry in the tower. Like that's not the vibe. You know what I mean? Like just go have fun with something else. For me, MCLC is still super fun. I still have Act 7.3 and 4 at 100%. I still have Act 6 to 100%, which I don't ever feel like doing.
I have so much content to fully do that I just don't look at it anymore
Dog, I
sometimes.
forgot I didn't 100% Act 6 until I went to go look at something and saw that Act 6 was still sitting there where like it said like 20% done or something. I was
I
like,
ain't coming back to it. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I Act Six, it was it while it was there, but I probably won't be going back.
I want that Breaker of Thrones title, yo.
I wanted to, but I don't think I wanted that bad. I
Like,
just like
because
it.
I feel
Act
like
Six hurt me, man.
no,
It
and I think that's
physically
the
hurt.
point. I think that's the point. Like, if you could just get a title that said Masochist, you would just get that. But Breaker of Thrones is what you get instead,
Yep.
because it is only at like 6.7. I mean 6.4. I'm almost done. Like I have maybe 10 more lanes altogether in there because that's more like Act 7 where it's just 6 lanes per quest. But like
Right.
6.3 and 6.2, I go in them every once in a while and I'll just go blaze through a path because it's not hard with the champs I got anymore. But it's just like I don't want to be here, yo. Like,
Yeah. I just look at it like I, it's just it hurts. It physically hurts me to go into like the quest and I just look over everything and I'm like, you know what? I don't belong here.
dog, yeah,
And I just leave.
it was too much, yo. Like it was too it was too much. They tried something different, you know what I mean? It didn't work, but shout out to them
Right.
because, like I said, look, we got Act 7 now, and also I'm now in the beta for Act 8 and everything like that. So like we'll see how that turns out. But like
Word.
Act 7 is the best content they've made in this game. There hasn't been a time, even when like I went to go replay and like make a new account and like do acts 1 through 5 over again. It was fun because I had to like really think with like the new champs I had, but it was also way easier with all the new champs I had and the fact I could understand them. But
Yeah.
like Act 7 was the first time where I was like, oh, like this is like where the fun begins. Like I can do stupid things in this game and bring champs in that I may think initially like, oh, I gotta rank Spider Ham up to use, but it's like no, this whole path has Power Sting on it, so my rank 1 6-star Spider Ham is just going to be the best champ in the game for about 1 hour right now, and it was fire. You know what I mean? Like Superior Kang fight was lovely. I believe I did it twice. You're probably, if you're watching right now on YouTube, watching me getting stomped out by Superior Kang because I
I
don't
can't wait to watch that.
I don't stream yet, but I do record. I try to record like any decent crystal opening I do where it's like more than one crystal just for like later episodes we do. That way it could just like be in the background at the end or something like that. Just giving general gameplay. Like I'm gonna try to get me and Monique get back on the incursions train and then that'll be like
Yeah.
the video, you know what I mean? We could even do like dual sided video and everything for our incursions runs and things like that. This first video is just you're going to be seeing a master at work, you know what I mean? And by master I mean I'm not. I got smacked around. There's some times where I got the better of him, but like I was like, you know what, this is the perfect content to put up after you said it because it is just straight up average gameplay.
Yeah.
Don't like and I'm not knocking nobody that's great at the game. I watch so many people that help me be great at the game. Karate Mike, 415, MSD of course, who might be. I'm not sure if that person is real or not. They might just be a robot. They seem like a great person, but I refuse to believe it because they got too good of hands. Like Sweeta, BG, you know what I mean? Like all those people, great people. I'm not there yet, you know what I mean? And I'm definitely not there
I'm
on.
never gonna be there. I got fucking carpal tunnel. I'm old. I have carpal tunnel. My hands just don't move that fast.
Yeah, dog.
My
It's one of
brain doesn't move that fast.
bro. Like that was the thing that got me was like I was slightly inebriated while fighting Superior Kang. And there's a moment when I'm fighting him and I'm like, I shouldn't be doing this. But like I was also inebriated, so I kept going. And when he starts speeding up and slowing down his special attacks and everything, I was like, "Oh no!" Like just like there was a silent "Oh no" in my head because like it tells you which one it's gonna be. You know what I mean? Like it tells you if
Yeah.
it's gonna go fast or slow, but it's like am I going to remember to Dex at the right speed? Which luckily, for some reason, like I'm not even gonna lie, like when it speeds up, it's a way easier Dex. Like it's just like 3 blasting, but of course it's like a little sit when you're Dexing real quick. But when it's going slow, like my ass always gets caught by like the second one because I try to Dex all fast like a normal attack, and it's like no,
Uh-huh.
it did the bolt didn't even reach you yet, fam. You're stupid. But did you do any of the actual Cavalier monthly event quest yet?
I did not. I was going to attempt it last night because I knew that we were recording today, but I also had some libations and
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember looking in the Discord to Monique being tipsy.
and I was like, I did I did my path in AQ and I was like, every single fight here was luck. I went and I got like it was all muscle memory cuz I kept forgetting, bro. I was forgetting that I was in AQ doing fights while I was fighting because I was watching TV and I was tipsy and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm doing something." And I would look back and I it was bad news. Bad news bears, but I survived.
Mm,
And then I went to arena where I belonged.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, I didn't do any of the Cavalier event quests, but I might after this just because I rank 3 my Corvus,
Mm,
and
mm-hmm,
he is a very beautiful bastard right
mm-hmm.
now.
Told you, like, look, like it's
Even
one of the,
unawakened, like
I
damn.
told you. I like there were so many conversations where I'm like, dog, don't, it don't matter. Just I know the
I
awakened ability
know.
it matter, but like it don't matter.
I know.
It don't like because the problem is like if you don't get hit, it don't really matter too
That's
much.
true. That is very true.
The only time it matters to me now is on day one of AQ for us because of critical failure, whatever it's called. And if I'm just smooth braining it and not thinking, I'm just whacking them with Corvus, and I'll get the degens. And on the first fight, I'll straight up be at 1 HP, but not care. Like he's just gonna
Yeah, I
stay
usually
alive.
just bring Guardian in for that cuz like I can't. Oh, I also use Sassy for that because nothing really happens to him.
Oh yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, I just what do you call it? Like, cause with Corvus, you can do. I think it's medium light back up, and then it'll never allow you to get more than one debuff. But like, also, I can just smack people. For later podcasts, as we come down the line and we get more equipment, we will actually have video podcasts and streams and things like that. But right now on YouTube, it's just strictly straight up video gameplay. I'm gonna try to do shorts and stuff like that. Crystal openings, like we can, post up there real quick. I normally every Wednesday get the Nexus crystals.
I do too.
Yeah,
This game gets like $60 out of me a month. Like
yeah,
I love the game. Like
yeah.
and they going to get my money. That's just it.
Yep, I'm one of those people. I'm not ashamed of my spending, but I also don't
Nope.
overspend in the game.
That too.
Um,
I don't like do them like $50
Bruh, every
whatever.
week when I go to buy those little $2 $5 Nexus jaws, and it'd be like you could pay the 50 or whatever
Yep.
and get the mythic crystal. I just like you crazy, man. And
Right.
I just click on the $5. You wild. Every time they're like, oh, new champion is out, go buy your crystals. I'm like, I won't, but I will go to the sigil store and buy one for
Yep.
300 units.
I sure will.
And I'll never get the champ. I still don't have Black Cat or Omega Sentinel after opening two of the crystals, and like that's cool. It's not like like the last crystal didn't stop between 6 star, I think, Long Shot and 6 star Black Cat.
Damn.
No, it was 6 star somebody just who Moon Knight and 6 star Black Cat to land on a 3 star Long Shot, and it hurt, but like it hurt in that way where you expect like a bad friend to like let you down because like I didn't have either champ, so like I knew the one didn't pop up. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So like it was
True.
just like, oh yeah, like who am I going to get? You know what I mean?
Once I started realizing that, I'm like, it kind of ruined my crystal openings just a little bit, because like, you come to expect that. So I try not to look
Yeah.
at it.
That's also why I like still do. That's why I still like doing arena, so I can at least get the 3 and 4 star.
Yeah,
So if
that
I
makes
do fuck
sense.
around and pop a crystal, you know what I mean. It doesn't show up, and you still
Yeah,
get that surprise. But like the worst is, I think it might be even worse is when you get the one pop up and you hype,
the
and then
three
you just
star.
get the
Yep,
3 star. And it's
yep. That happened to
like
me
oh my
recently.
god.
I got a 3 star and 4 star null, and I was like, that fucking sucks. But then I pulled a 5 star like the day after, so I was like, oh,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
hits so different. He might like. I really want to make Hercules my first rank 4 because it makes sense. It's Hercules, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I even kind of want to even more than that make Hulkbuster my first rank 4 because that's my boy. Like I rank 3'd him by choice as my first rank 3 to go Throne Breaker, and he has not let me down.
I ain't used Hulkbuster in a minute. I ain't gonna lie, but he does have so much use.
The only time he ever lets me down is when he whiffs a heavy on a small champion. That
Oh,
that that
yeah. That drives
that's
me
it. Like that's the
crazy.
only problem I have with him, especially in the Cav EQ because it's like you get the Furies for power draining them and everything. So I just get to the S2, getting a block, punch, and it's just wong, 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 hit until they dead. And as soon as the stun's over, S1 and just keep going back.
It's very
The editor of
satisfying.
the show, my wife Quita, she always makes fun of me because every time I hit him with the heavy, I'm just going mong, 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 and then she starts doing it like a little kid mimicking. I'm like, "Yo, shut up! I can't help it, yo." Like I be talking the most reckless stuff to what do you call it to any of these champs that would usually kill me if I mess up my rotation at all.
Hell yeah. I mean, I feel like part of MCOC in general is talking cash shit, even when you're an
Yeah,
average like player. Like, I'll talk shit while I'm getting my ass
yeah,
beat. Like, that's just it's part of
yeah.
the game.
You got to do it. So speaking of the game, let's talk about things we'd like to see from the game. I think we can quickly skip past the easy stuff like, network stability, inputs not dropping. They're working on the input refractor. And I'm not going to be another person just talking random junk about Kabam just because I don't know what it takes to do that system. I remember reading that first blog post and feeling so bad for them when they just basically were like, we had to make the game a certain way because Unreal did not work correctly. And then Unreal fixed their engine without telling us they fixed it. So like we're a couple months behind,
Mm,
but now they did the smart thing because like they did the change in October, you know what I mean, which made it a little bit better and everything when they like kind of changed the timing windows. It's a real like workload to take on to be like we're not going to just make a small fix, but we're going to make our own like touch input method from what I understand they're doing to basically let this never happen again. And I respect that because that also shows like you see longevity in the product where a lot of people still like to me like the game is what 7 years old now, you know what I mean,
right.
and still going strong. The only reason I would want to see a sequel from the game would just be for the same reason as any other game. Like just you can ease out the code and everything. The characters probably they'll probably look slightly nicer and everything, but just getting that fresh start probably would help a lot. You know what I mean? But they definitely got it. Is
Yeah.
there anything specifically you'd like to see added in the game or changed in the game?
So I will say that over the last year, they have addressed a lot of the things
Hmm.
that I would have had suggested to be changed. The one last thing I'm waiting for really is for them to take help and just get rid of it.
Yeah, just get rid of it. It doesn't. It doesn't.
Yeah,
Just it doesn't. How about that? It's bad. It's bad and annoying. It's to the point where like we don't even really hit the help like ask people to hit help buttons anymore and when we're doing arena runs and everything like that, you know what I mean? Like it's just so much, yeah.
yeah. It's pointless. And honestly, I feel like if you have something like that, one, I feel like putting a limit on the loyalty that you gain by helping people just takes away the incentive for people to do it. But also, there's not enough stuff in the loyalty store for people to really care about getting that extra 1000 loyalty for doing it.
Yeah, I feel like it's even weirder because we're not people that play Alliance War because we don't hate ourselves.
True that.
So, and also I run my alliance. So I we do what feels right, you know what I mean? Not what we're forced to do. So we are a solo progression alliance as well as, just doing AQ. Obviously. Yeah, it's one of those things where like now they just moved all the I think potions and revives out of the glory store into the loyalty store, which does make sense to me because I don't think we should have to use glory on Alliance War when you don't get glory from Alliance War.
I agree.
But the amount of potions and everything you can buy is really, really bad.
Mhm.
I think it's like one or two a week or something like that. And
Yeah,
like
something like that.
I'm sitting on like 700,000 what do you call it? Like 700,000
Loyalty?
yeah, loyalty. Like my wife is about to buy Unstoppable Colossus as a 6 star because she's about to hit the 1.8. Like, there's nothing to
Yeah, I'm
really
almost
do.
there.
There's nothing to do with like the only thing, honestly, and now you'll start doing it too. The only thing to do with your loyalty is just by greater cosmic power boosts for Corvus.
Bro, I buy them. I'm maxed on them. Like I can't buy anymore.
Also, I will say this: those greater cosmic boosts on Corvus, if you fuck around and run suicides, will probably just push you back over your S2 to a S3 each time because he does so much damage, yo.
I ain't putting like and I know this is not like a popular stance or whatever, but I'm not putting suicides on. Like I
Mhm,
tried it multiple times
mhm.
until they make it so that it's easy to change up masteries. I'm
Yep.
not doing it
That
because turning it on and turning it off is really really fucking annoying. I
the
have the units to do it. Like it's not
yeah,
a units issue because I have thousands of units. I just don't feel like doing it.
yeah.
It's ridiculous to have to do that.
The only thing I've seen, I forgot which one it is, but I know BG has a setup where he has a setup where you only need to change your offense to turn suicides on and off, which makes it
Hmm.
slightly easier than having to like change everything. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But like still, it's one of those things where like my suicides are off right now just because I do love using champions that have like dope special ones and twos and things like that. And
yeah,
especially with no, like you're supposed to either go S1 and then S2s over and over, S3 and S2s over and over. And I don't want
and
to be
that's part of it too. Like I don't want to be limited in the specials that I use
yeah,
because I ain't gonna fucking remember.
yeah. And also I think the bigger problem is for me, my brain don't work the same way with suicides no more because I fell into the luck of getting Diablo awakened, and Diablo doesn't care about recoil or anything else in the game. Like you once you poison him,
True that.
Diablo just kind of laughs at every like the amount of combos I've taken to the face and then just been like, "Oh cool, thanks. I could throw a special now." And then just like started just
Diablo's glow up is one of my favorite things
you
in
love
this
to see it.
game.
The way we all made fun of him, that little janitor man, yo.
Yeah.
And like my wife still calls him Soda Man. And it's just like, nah, you put respect on his name, dog. You just
He's so good.
parry heavy that two poisons, dog. If you really want to finagle the bagel, throw a couple S1s to get your vials up to 8, then throw the S3 so you get the 16 poisons and just watch him
Hmm.
melt. Oh my god! Like I still bring him. Like I'm not running suicides right now, but we do map 6, and I run path 2 with the homie Pug, and I do the whole poison lane and just bring like it basically just gives them suicides again. It gives them that damage resistance plus I believe plus attack, and then of course not the extra attack that you would get from like suicides and stuff. Just tanks so much stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
and better than I really love Immortal Abomination, but Abomination still gets dealt the health reduction that poisons give you, so you really can't heal with Immortal Abomination the same way you can just heal the whole time with the album. Even if you don't want to throw the S1, you're still just healing like what I think 300 HP per second or so just by being in the fight.
Nice.
It's stupid, yo. He is so good. Another one of the champions. It's like just like having a hard time thinking, well, I'm going to rank 4. I'm really praying, you know what I mean? Like we've talked about this in the alliance. I guess we can use this to kind of go into one other thing afterwards. But like, unless they come out with a 6-star magic, then I don't know who I'm rank 4ing yet. But if
Yeah.
magic comes out, she will be my first rank 4. No awakening.
She's a bad bitch, man. Like I
Non-committal, dog.
fucking love Magic.
My favorite, my first 5-star, and taught me to get good at the game, yo. Like the only person I love anywhere as close as Magic is my 6-star Vision Age of Ultron because he has
Mm.
almost that same feeling of just being able to pop the S1 and just catch him standing up and just keep looping them. I do that all the
Yeah.
time in AQ, and it just feels so good. But yeah, so was there anything else that you wanted to see in the game right now?
Honestly, I would really have to think about it. Like, cause most of, like I said, most of the stuff that I would have said were regarding Arena,
Oh, Arena, yeah.
and they hooked me up. They hooked me up real good.
Yeah, I wish I
Like
could
that quick fill. Oh
bruh.
my god.
I'll
The
I'll never
oh
forget. I wish I I edited down people's streams more and took clips on YouTube because I remember when
Mhm.
Quick Fill got announced and BG was saying he's not going to use it, and I was like, you're in my head I was like, you're going to use it, BG,
You're gonna use
because
it.
he already talks about like just throwing the top three champs, like just make sure that like the smart thing, make sure they're three different types and shit. That way you don't get like outmatched. But I was like, I
Mhm.
bet you're gonna do it anyway because it's just the speed that you get from hitting
Yep.
quick fill. And then sure enough, it was like 2 nights in, and it was just him hitting quick fill. I'm like, yeah, dog, it feels good. Like it just
And the filtering, like
yes,
being able to just like if I'm in like uh the lowest arena, I can just take out the 3 stars and 2 stars, like because I'm only going to use 4 stars. I'm never going to use like 3 and 2 stars
yep.
in the regular arenas, and then in the higher ones, 5 and 6 stars. That's it. I'm
Yeah,
never going to use 4 stars in those arenas. Like, so just being able to exclude them, it takes so much time. Like it adds so much time to be able to just do more fights and get more done.
I feel you. I feel you. I know being where you're from, you agree with segregation a lot more than I do, but um,
Please tell these people we're both black.
oh yeah, sorry, I forgot this video. This podcast is not have video yet. We are both black folks from America. I'm from New Jersey. Monique is from Boston. Um,
Oh.
oh my God, just definitely forgot about that one because we're gonna have so many new listeners. Like I'm so used to
Right.
having
These folks don't know us.
thousands of listeners from our old podcast, and they're just like, "Oh wow!" Like did not know the hard stance of racism was going to be taken 40 minutes into the podcast. Oh my God, you know what I mean? Some people call it segregation. Some people call it champion gates. You know what I mean? Shout out to
I
Bam.
hate you.
But yeah,
Oh.
I would say for me, I forgot who the name of the person is. I think it might be like Kabam Zero or somebody, but they show up every once in a while in BG's chat, and they're the person that does like the quality of life fixes.
Mm.
Shout to them! Like I remember what was it, a couple months ago? I think you might even possibly remember this conversation. It was when they first changed the menus up, and people were in our alliance chat talking about they hate the drop down menu, and I was like,
Yes.
no, this is a good change. You just hate change, but this is a good change. And
Yeah.
as you see, ain't nobody been complaining about that pop down menu since because it was a good
Well, I
change.
will say I have one complaint.
When it does like the weird bug where it's just like there but not working.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Yes. That's the only thing. Other than that, I like it.
Yep, yeah. When that happens, that's my issue. But besides that, it's good. Of course, pretty much with every game nowadays, but especially with MCOC, it's good. Just without the buggy part. Like, just
Mhm.
ignore the buggy part, and then yeah, it's good. For me, the things that I would like to see from the game, like we already got relics coming, so I'm really interested in that. I know with battlegrounds, we will be getting a private battlegrounds mode where we can just like fight our friends and stuff. That's
I have a question about that. So is Battlegrounds, is that still 30 energy?
No, I believe it's 15 now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Because I haven't done it yet, but I was like, damn, that's kind of steep.
yeah, it was definitely steep. I still think I really want them to do with battlegrounds like either two different modes or three different. Like so you have your private and then you
Hmm.
have your like basically exhibition, which would cost nothing, and then you would have your ranked matches, which would cost energy. And I would say the smart thing for me would do, if I'm looking at it, make it be 10 energy. So that means you can get 7 fights in or 7 battlegrounds matches in for one full energy refill. But
That would be legit.
you also would need to cap the amount of ranked fights you could do per day because with right now it's basically the same thing as like if you don't go to jail and you just get if you just get a citation or a ticket, it's just a crime for poor people, and that's the way I look at the energy refill cost because
Yep.
if you just make it like you can do 7 ranked fights a day or whatever number, let's say it's 14, you know what I mean? like you at least know that okay, like I can use two energy refills or just basically wait for my energy to refill and get those fights done. But nobody is able to just sit there and like, just have like 1,000 units and just keep grinding and get to number one. You know what I mean? Like everybody's somewhere on fair game. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I would really like to see that. They talked about before fight recording and fight history. I still really want to see that.
That would be
Yeah,
interesting.
that like I would really like that because there's times like I try to record bigger fights and stuff for like when we start setting up the YouTube channel. Well, YouTube channel
Mhm.
setup, but like actually posting stuff on it. But there's
Yeah.
also times where like funny stuff happens that you didn't expect it to happen, and
Yeah,
that's what
that's true.
and I think especially from these last 9 years of Xbox and PlayStation and even Switch letting us record things, post them
Mhm.
happening. Like we're so used to that, and them not doing that is really just a huge hang up. Um, I think what I would really want to see from the game, besides consistency, like I said, and all those things, would be the raid mode that comes out being not just happening, but being an optional thing to do instead of Alliance Quest would be would be something I would
That
like.
would be interesting cuz I will say like we do AQ and it is dry sometimes because not everybody is really ready to like really go hard and just try stuff that you're obviously going to fail at
Yeah.
while you just get used to it like
Well, honestly,
it's
I think
not
we
like
kicked all those people out the alliance now.
that's true.
'Cause, like, it was like, there was a whole lot of people that and like like I won't mention nobody's name, but there was somebody in the alliance that relied on Quake a lot, and I think when Quake no didn't come out as a 6 star, they no longer could play the game as well because all they had was
Mhm.
Quake. And when we went to go do map 8, when it was free for that week, a lot of people found out very quickly they're better at the game than they thought because
Yeah, cuz like map 8 wasn't really that difficult. I will say like it was hard, but it wasn't undoable and that is not something that I thought that I would say cuz I don't see myself as like being that strong of a player,
yeah.
but I could keep up.
Yeah, and I think that it's more because like the map 8 AI is probably more equivalent to like the map I mean the like X6 X7 AI. So like
Mhm.
it feels more consistent. The hardest part to me, especially when we were like back doing map 5, was like me doing hard fights and like like trying to do Abyss when it first came out, which I still haven't done, but like even Labyrinth of Legends having super aggressive people, even Cav EQ, you have decently aggressive opponents. But then, like
Mhm.
in map 5, they would just sit there and just not want to intercept and just back up. You know what I mean? Stuff
Bruh.
like that. It,
Trying to do SSD when they won't intercept you,
bruh.
the most annoying fucking
It's why
thing.
it's why when I made well, I still do make them, but on map 5, I would always have Sosei as Doom be so early in the week. That way,
Mhm.
your champs were just powerful enough to beat it before the timer ran out.
Right.
Because it was like, like they might just want to sit in the corner, and you're never going to get that intercept off. Where like map 6, I can definitely get the what do you call it? The back like a backdash intercept like really easy. Every once in a while, stuff gets
Yeah.
stupid. I would say they're more like still kind of passive with their specials, but
Yep.
actually like they like actually want to fight and everything. But 5 days on, 3 days off is a lot, and especially for people like us, we're all adults. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we're both in our 30s. We have people in the alliance that are in their late 30s, early 40s. You know what I mean? We have multiple folks with kids in the alliance, and we all love to play the game. But it's just like sometimes, like legit, I saw today, like we didn't finish. One person didn't finish their path in AQ because they were on daddy duty. You know what I mean? And like
Mhm.
I'm never going to be that. Like I'll never be that mean alliance leader that yells at you for doing the responsible thing. You know what I mean? Like that's just
Right,
like
exactly.
there's been points where I got mad at people for apologizing to me for saying they need to leave the alliance to take care of real life stuff, and I'm like, if you don't get off this stupid game,
Right.
we can still be friends, we can still talk, but like shout out to the homie Cadbury that does every Wordle
For
clone
real.
in the world. Like,
And I will say I love that about
dog,
him. Like when he finds a new one, he's like,
dog,
"Yes."
it
He's like a little Wordle Smeagol.
dog.
They're all his
He is in
precious.
college going to do his finals and collecting every Wordle clone like an Infinity Stone, and
Infinity Stone.
how big is your brain gonna get, dog? Like your shit just gonna explode. Like, but like he hit me up. He's like, "Yo, I'm thinking I'm about to have to dip out the game because school, like I want to finish school with like good grades and everything." And I'm like, "Don't apologize, dog. Just go. Like
Right. That
you can
yeah.
leave whenever you want, like especially during COVID. You know what I mean? Like we have multiple people that like caught COVID. Speaking of you, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
totally forgot that you were one of the people that got COVID. But yeah, like life comes first. This is still a video game. You know what I mean? And it will never be one of the top like 200 alliances, and I'm cool with that. I
Right.
just like that like our alliance has fun. Of course, if you want to come check us out and you play the game. We are the all knowing. I think we'll have like our information in there. Clan tag SMDFB. If you don't know,
It means exactly what you think it means, by
it
the
does.
way.
It does. If you're like, oh well, there should be a T in there. Well, there was some character limitations, but it is what you think it means. Yeah, you know what I mean. We have that, and also for people that may have heard the podcast and like you're listening because you loved us from all the years of doing Gats Pod, and you're like, oh, I want to play this because they make things sound fun. We also do have another alliance for people that just want to check the game out and can't log on every day and things like that, and that's now called the All Seeing. We officially are big enough to where we have like a family of alliances now, you know what I mean?
A.
And that one is what EAFTB, I think.
I think so.
Something like that. Of course, also what you think it is. We are a sex positive alliance. Uh, um but yeah, like you know what I mean? Like we're one of those people we've only been in a few alliances. You I think only been in one because like I started the game and everything. Um,
Well, technically, I've been in 3, because I did have a mini, and I was in, 2 other alliances before my mini joined,
oh yeah, true, true. I
SMDFB.
forgot about the mini. Yeah. But yeah, like I played for a while and before I understood the game, you know what I mean? Like obviously there was limitation, but once I understood the game, I understood that the game like a lot of people can get really toxic about the game and things like that, and that's just not our speed at all. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? We're called the all knowing because initially when we were starting out, we were still small enough we could just take people in and you could just have whatever question you want. I would make sure you did not feel stupid about asking whatever question you had, and we would just help you. You know what I mean? And for a lot of people, it was a stepping stone alliance where like they come in,
Yep.
get good, and then they go to a bigger alliance when they want to do stuff. And then a lot of people will come back because then they realize why our alliance was the way it was. Because you would have like people with small accounts, and then also like you, me, and like Pug, and like 4 other people with like like 2 billion 3 billion BHR accounts, and it's like, oh, y'all are legit just doing solo content to get everything done, and it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like
Yep.
I don't want to, fuck prestige,
I don't need war for
no,
shards. Like, I really don't.
no, and fuck prestige. I don't want to kick people out because of an arbitrary number you kind of don't have control over. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that
Right.
feels so stupid, and I don't want to do that. And also, I don't want to control who you rank up. This is your game, and you should play the game you want because it's your game. And especially if you're sinking money into it, but more importantly, time into it, it should not be about what I say to do because it'll help out the
Yeah.
alliance. Like if you're like me and you want to rank 3 Iron Patriot, you go rank 3 Iron Patriot because he's your favorite champ in the game, even though he's trash, and just because you both have receding hairline, so you see something in him that you see in yourself. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, what is? Do you have a favorite champ, Monique? Regardless of quality of the actual champ.
um, Honestly, I don't think I do. I well, I really love Angela, and I've loved her even before like the
The buff, yeah.
change. Yeah, I just thought that like I love her the way her character looks. Um I just think she's super dope, and I just love Valkyries. So yeah, I love her. I guess if I had to choose, I would choose her.
Yeah, that makes sense. She's definitely up there for me too. Because the same thing. Like I remember before she got the the update saying like she's like my my dream 6 star because she doesn't need to be awakened, but can still go to R3, and it's still the
Yep.
case now. But as a person that has her awakened and also has 6 star Odin, she hits so different.
She's
She
nasty.
hits so different. Like
She really
it's
does.
oh my god, the Cav EQ is just stupid. I'll every once in a while like bring somebody else, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, come on now. Like legit, like that's how lazy I am when I play the game sometimes. Like I won't fight with Angela just because I'll forget to turn on the Odin synergies just to get rid of all
Mhm.
immunities. I'm like, oh, but I have to press 3 more buttons before I go in this fight and just aimlessly tap. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, Iron Patriot definitely my favorite champion just because when I first started playing the game years ago, like I think at this time now maybe like 5 years ago or so, and then put it down 2 star and 3 star Iron Patriot held me down. Same thing with Killmonger. When I actually picked up the game, I got a 4 star Killmonger out of the what do you call it? Out of the login crystals, and he helped me beat Thanos for the first time. That was the first time I ever got mad at the game because he was beating my ass. And I also didn't know that you were to unlock the parry and dexterity masteries.
So many people don't. I talked to a lot of people who played this game in the beginning,
Yep.
and they didn't have like an alliance or anything, so they're like, this game is so unnecessarily hard, and I was like, I know two things that will make this game way better.
Oh, it's one of those things. I'm like, I'm not going to shame anybody. No, I will shame them because it's the day after their birthday. But shout out to my homie D. You know what I mean? He got us all hooked up on the game,
He really did.
and then never told us what to do with our masteries, which could have made my life so much easier. Could have made my life so much easier, but no, for 3 months I was out here struggling,
Mm.
struggling. And then when I told him, he's like, "Oh, you didn't know? No, I didn't know.
How the fuck were you supposed to know?
You're my Sherpa to this. You're my Sherpa. What are you doing, yo? No, dog, no. Why would you do this? Happy belated birthday
And
to
they're
him.
not even like easy to find if you don't know what you're
No,
looking for.
like straight up. Shout out to them, like making it so like you see it in the game right away now. And I
Yeah.
believe they also like change the colors and everything. It still needs to just be intrinsically built into the game. I would really like I think that's one of the things I will say to go back to like things I would like to see from the game. With the Masteries overhaul, I want things moved completely.
Mhm.
Deep wounds, I would say, should stay in offense, but even that I could see move into proficiencies because it is a
It
proficiency.
kind of is a proficiency
Yeah, but
though.
like despair, assassin, those are all proficiencies. Every single class
Mhm.
based one, I think those should be in proficiencies as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Liquid courage, I mean not liquid courage. What is it? The one
Glass cannon.
no, not glass cannon. It's in the to the left side. It's below Pierce. The one that lets you do more damage when you're under 50% health.
Oh.
You know which one I'm talking about though.
Yeah, I know which one you're
Yeah,
talking
so like
about.
that one I think could be in defense because that still is kind of more of a defensive tactic.
It's courage,
Courage,
right?
yes, courage. Those things should be there, but I think in defense or just have it built in, parry and dexterity should be there. You know what I mean? Where like
Mhm.
limber and the one that makes your stun longer, whatever one that is, stupefy. Like that
Stupefy.
should still
Yep.
be in proficiencies. But like there just needs to be we gotta have common sense masteries, like how Joe Biden says about gun laws. Like everything just needs to make a little bit more sense, you know what I mean? And of course loadouts, especially with battlegrounds coming.
God,
You
yeah.
need to switch. You just need to switch around quickly. I think that's just about it for the first episode. Because we're going to try to keep these episodes to be about 1 hour, 90 minutes max. We're trying to go the cool 2018 post original podcaster vibe where everybody looks at analytics and just gives you the 1 hour podcast and everything. Where back in the day,
Cause like we are known for like sitting and talking for like 3 hours, and
yes,
I just like you got to give me a time limit because I'll just keep
we'll we'll
going.
we'll keep going, yeah, and it is one of those things where like also like the funny thing is like hearing so many people talk about, oh, I don't know how you can listen to a 4 hour podcast while where I still do what
I could listen to
like
them.
last podcast on the left, I still do it. What do you call it? No dogs underneath. No dogs in space. I was mixing up with someplace underneath, but no dogs in space. 2 hour, 3 hour podcast. Sometimes I listen to those religiously, but also I remember so many people being thankful for gaming and then some for being a 3 to 4 hour podcast because we would drop it every Monday morning. So like we basically the worst part of your week is that Monday morning at work, and we would take you legitimately from work until after lunch. So you would just be
Yep.
cooling, you know what I mean? So like there's definitely always content out there for everybody. Um this content will be a little bit shorter with it just being an hour. We will get up to doing, shows where we have our cameras and everything. We see each other right now. I see Monique's lovely forehead right now. You know what I mean? She sees my big ass forehead as well. We just need to still move things around. We're in the middle of moving things in our home right now. Well, in my home. We don't live together, obviously, since he's 350 miles away. But got to move stuff around and then it'll look nice. That way, we can have the little streamer set up and everything like that. I would love to start streaming MCOC so y'all could see me be trash live. You know what I mean?
I will be so trash. Like and I'm not even embarrassed about
No,
it. Like I just know like when y'all watch video of me, you are seeing like the real like garbage me,
yeah.
and you're either okay with it or you ain't.
We're here to be the relatable podcast, yo.
Yes.
You were like, oh, like I'm here for the people that are good enough to know when when it was a missed parry or when it was a dropped input,
Yeah.
and that frustrates you more than the fact that the parry bug is there. Is that it was you that time, like
Yep.
you were the scrub dog, like that
Yep. And I'll admit it too.
every time, it hits me. I'm like, God damn, like that was me. I missed that. I don't know why I tried to parry there. I see I dexed at the wrong moment. You know what I mean? Like all the small things. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean. We love the game. We love people that love the game as well. Always write in if you want. The MC, I believe that's the email. The MCOC show at gmail.com. Let me just check before I lie on the whole podcast real quick. Yeah, the MCOC show at gmail.com. TheMCOCSHOW at gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter at the Wound God. That's TheWoundGod.
And I am Token Psycho, literally everywhere. TokenPsycho.
You can also find us in game with those as well. And I think we should close it out with a stupid post from reddit.com.
Oh
Monique, do you have
yes,
any?
I do. I have I have this one post. It says never have enough gold. Any tips on how you high end players get enough gold? Ever since I started ranking up 5 and 6 stars, I never have enough gold and it's driving me nuts. My gold mastery is maxed. Is the only way to have a lot of gold at this level to grind arena. Please say it ain't so.
Um, so here's the thing. How much gold do you have right now, Monique?
I probably got like 10,000 gold because I literally just R3'd Corvus and I started ranking up my 6 star blade.
Okay, so I have right now 3.5 million gold. I haven't done level up yet. Level up is today as we're recording. I'll probably drop down to like 2 million gold or so when I level up. Yeah, do arena. That's the
Yep.
easiest way to go get gold. Just straight up do arena. It will get you it very quickly. Also, it kind of sucks because they're asking high end players about this, so I don't think they've gotten there.
Mhm.
Act 7, dog. You just get dumped
Mhm.
gold. They just dump gold upon your head top. I I think I walked into Act 7 with 1 million, Act 7.4 with 1 million gold, finished it in one day, and walked out with like 10 million gold. I was just like, sure, all right, like
Yeah.
to the point where like you don't even care about like what ISO you're throwing in champ, and not even like I got the ISO, let me go get it. It was like, but the blue ISO's right here,
It's right here.
so let me just go throw it in the apocalypse. I don't fucking care. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
arena's definitely it. Definitely arena grind. It helps you, especially
And
if
I think it'll help you be a better player too. I think a lot of people that I see complaining about like not being able to progress in the game
hmm
don't play enough arena as it is.
Yep.
So it
I completely agree
provides
on that.
more of a purpose than just getting battle chips and gold. You need the experience of fighting all of these different champs so that when you do go into content, you are so familiar with everybody's specials and everything because you've just been fighting them
Yep.
all the time.
Yep. And it's in a super low stakes environment. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You don't need to go. You don't need to go try to go get the champs or anything. Just play a little bit of arena. You know what I mean? So you can earn some units, earn some gold, and like see what it's like fighting these harder fights. Realize who do you like matching up when it's not in a perfect world. For me, like
Exactly.
everybody always says, "Oh, you got to fight. You got to fight Doctor Doom. Go get a Human Torch." I didn't have Human Torch till very recently, and I could tell you from arena, my man is Nick Fury because
Yes.
you can ignore all them crits you want, but you ain't ignoring that 9 millimeter to your tummy and stuff.
Yep.
Like every time it's just bang, hit him with that kidney shot, and then he just bleeds out. Like
Yep.
that was the move. You know what I mean? Arena is a great teaching tool. I wish there were more teaching tools in
Yes.
the game. Unfortunately, we're not there yet. Hopefully, one day we will. But yeah, just play the game, and you will get gold because you'll also run into the issue where you start opening so many crystals. You need to sell ISO because you just can't level up in time. Because I am a person that only levels up on level up.
I
One
am that way
level
too now.
I made one level up outside of level up in the past year or so, and that's when I knew my it was this last week when I knew my sigil was going to run out. So I leveled up my Wagnito to rank 3 to get my summoner sigil points all done before it ran out.
Mhm.
Shout out to him. He deserved to be rank 3 a long time ago cuz like definitely I was praising the to the mountaintops of white
Yep.
mags for the longest. And everybody's like, yo, red mag's dope. Like he is. Like I still love red mags. He is holding my mini account down because I have him as a 6 star. But when you just need somebody to go fuck shit up or just be on the squad, white mags is just there. Like you want me to make every fight just about 50% easier for you, homie. Just bring me on a team and let me press a button real quick.
Hell yeah.
And it also really helps when he's strong. That way, when you have to go earn the pre fights, it's not a
Right.
slothful fight. Like, but yeah, do you have any other? We can do one more before we get out of here.
I have who is the most meh champion? I'm not talking about who is your least favorite champion. I'm talking about the champion with zero or no utility. My vote goes for OG Spidey or Cyclops. I could never think of a situation where Spidey would actually be a good counter. Cyclops can be a havoc counter, but that's about it. Who else are some dud champions? I was thinking Groot, but he has access to buffs and occasional regen. While they are both trash, it's still some utility.
Okay, so I just pulled up Aunt May. For people that don't know, Aunt May is the best website for looking up things about Marvel Contest of Champions. It
Mhm.
is auntm.ai is how you spell it. So I'm looking through all the champions right now. Oh, cool. Yeah, I see it. It's Beast.
Yeah, I have to say, like, yeah, I would agree with that.
Didn't even need to keep looking. Like I'm still looking through them just to make sure. But Beast.
In
But
the
Beast.
comments, I was seeing like Kamala
No.
Khan, and
No.
I
No
just
way in
can't.
hell.
I can't get with that
Have y'all
because
not watched One Suita video? Like she's a cosmic that can nullify.
exactly,
Just like I really like champions like Kamala Khan. I know that she's not the greatest, but the same thing with Vision Age of Ultron because when you're good with Vision Age of Ultron, that means you're good at the game.
Right.
It's just a basic 5 hit combo and also specials. So anything else you're adding in there is your own skill. You know what I mean? I'm still looking at like Beast is just like I have to fight him in AQ. Or once in a while, like does like he shrugs off blades a little bit faster, like most mutants do. Whoop de doo, you know what I
And
mean?
he stuns. Like I like I could stun. I could parry. Like
Yeah,
I just don't. I don't see it.
I would. Yeah, I was about to say OG Captain Marvel, but I have to say she's even better because at least her S2 will kill your ass if you don't dex it right away.
Yeah.
Her S
Yeah.
her S2 is
That shit hurts so bad. Like
her
why?
her S2. Like it's that one S2 that catches you slipping in arena, and you're just like, yo.
And that's exactly when, cause it's like I know how to fight this hoe. Like, why did she just kill me? Like, it's always my fault.
Yep, yep. It's
It's
like
always my fault.
it's the easiest dex in the world, yo.
Yep.
Like it was nobody but your fault. Like you can't complain about a dropped input, dog. No,
Nope.
you see that coming. She is in the air in the top right corner for a minute before she comes down to kick you in the head twice, yo. And you just let it happen upon your head, yo.
Yep.
Yeah, like I would say over OG Spider Man because at least OG Spider Man has the armor break that helps a little bit.
Hmm.
Like yeah, like there's no synergies that make Beast better to me in my opinion. Even
I'm gonna be honest. I forgot he was in the game half the time.
yeah, if it
Like,
wasn't for me looking at Aunt May in alphabetical order, I wouldn't even have thought of it. Cause now I'm looking, I'm down in the S's. Even Superior Iron Man, his S2 fucking hits hard, and he's a non-metal champion, so he bypasses Magneto.
right.
Nobody's ever going to use him, but that's still more use than Beast ever has. Yo, like no, nope, yep, just got to the bottom list. Nope, nope. I don't like Yandu. Like Yandu is a meta champion to me, but he still has
He
usage.
still has utility. Like
Yeah,
I've used him for quite a few things.
yeah, but that boy Beast is wasn't it Kelsey Grammer. He is a useless character in this game. Remember in the first movie, wasn't he Beast in the first movie?
Was he?
I think so, right? Let me see.
What?
You know what it was? I think he wasn't Beast, but he was X-Men Days of Future Past, I think it was.
Oh, I
Um
didn't watch that. I don't watch those X-Men movies.
yeah, so I think it was I know on one thing he's on TV talking. Yeah, I just looked at an article where oh he was also in The Last Stand. That was the other movie he
Oh,
was in. He was in the third one.
I wouldn't have remembered that.
Nobody should have to remember that. Shout out to Kelsey Grammer. You know what I mean? Just out here making great entertainment for people, specifically black folk.
For specifically for black people.
But then I also believe he's a Republican, which it just
I
throws
think he
me.
is.
It kind of it hurts my feelings, but I'm like, is the stereotype just does it work? Cause I like you were a Republican, but like thank you for girlfriends, dog. Like
See, what honestly, I gotta say, since we're on the subject, like knowing what I know now, I don't know that I can get behind Tony Childs making fun of Maya's son's name and calling him all type of name under the book under the sun
yeah, yeah,
because a white man made the show. Like I don't know how I feel about that now.
yeah. He also made the game.
Yeah.
Also made Christina Milian's Turned Up. Don't even know what that is. Don't even know what that is. Don't even know what that is, dog.
Oh
He made
goodness.
Medium. He was the executive producer on Medium, the Patricia Arquette show.
Are you
Yo,
serious?
yeah, 129 episodes. Yo, Kelsey Grammer just out here. He just be making content, yo. Like, at what point do you quit, Kelsey? Like,
Right.
you did Cheers and you did Frasier. You're good. Like you don't see Jerry Seinfeld still trying to do shit. Kelsey Grammer's like, nah, yo.
Well, that's because he got his hands full with like all those 19-year-olds that he be dating and shit. Like he busy.
And that's how we're wrapping the show. watch out for Jerry Seinfeld. He may try to scoop up Squirrel Girl in your local park. Of course, you know where to find us on Twitter. In the game, if you want to, I probably won't add you back. If you do want to join the alliance, hit us up on Twitter or email us, whatever. You know what I mean. If you're a higher end player that's down to do map 6, and is a generally good person, we're always looking for people. We are rebuilding the alliance. You know what I mean. And if you want to start playing the game and you're not sure about stuff, hit us up and we can always throw you in the other alliance.
I also want to say one thing. We are a very inclusive alliance. So if
Yeah,
that was something that you were concerned about at all, we don't tolerate any mess. Like, we're a safe alliance for women, trans people. Like, if you want to play the game with us, is where it's at.
yeah. I literally, before I let anybody in, I have a whole copy paste thing I've had for 2 years. It says, be in AQ by 6:30 p.m. if you can, Eastern Standard Time. Obviously, so that changed for folks, but also no xenophobia, transphobia, homophobia, racism, sexism, misogyny, all of the things. Just don't. I used to say don't be a dick, but then I realized that that's
You need to
different
be
for everybody.
specific.
So
Like,
I had to be way more specific. But like literally, whoever you are, I want you to feel comfortable playing this game because it's a video game and you should be having fun here. So I think that's it for us. Karina, if you listening, come home, baby. I miss you. You know what I mean? You're doing a lot of things out in the battle realm with that dude Aegon, and you said y'all was just friends, but like I see the way you look at him, and I think it's something different. Come home. And that's it. We're out, folks. Peace.
peace.